something that affects you emotionally, spiritually, and physically?
Passion? Well, it's something that affects you every day. You can't stop thinking about it. You're constantly, it's inside you. Choreography in any type. I mean, it is dance for me right now, but I want to make a movie one day. I love choreographing, coordinating events and just making special things happen for people. I just love creating, and yeah, making dances is what's really was my voice. Kind of told my story through my pieces and my dancers. I've been probably started training when I was 15 years old, which is kind of late for a girl into dance, but I've always loved to dance. I just never was put into studio till I was that age. When I was little, I would be in the living room and would turn on music and have dance contests, and I owned horses and I would dance in front of my horses. But I always was like making up dances forever. And then
I always knew that this is what I was supposed to do. And I always say that I will dance until I die. So I'm going to be that old man on stage that just walks across the stage, because that's all he can do.
I decided when I was 18 that I wanted to be a dancer, and I was really behind. I was behind from everybody, but I had to do it. I needed it. From that first modern class I took, that the dance bug bit me, and I haven't stopped since.
Have many different passions throughout their life, and it might change over time, and I think what's important is that you find what drives you to get out of bed every morning, and that might change. You might have one as a child, and as you grow up you change, and as middle age that might change again, but you find what gets you out of bed and what drives you to continue with the rest of your day and to look forward to the rest of your day. I always thought it would be such a shame to go through life not caring about what was going to happen next, instead of looking forward to so many amazing, cool things that your passion can take you to, the people that you will meet through it, the opportunities you have. And I think that's why we all do it, because it takes us places and lets you truly live the rest of your life.
I think fear plays a big part of coming in between your passion and you. As a dancer, you know that it's going to be rough and there's going to be a lot of hard times, but if that's what you love, then you go for it and you work through those times, you mooch off your friends and family, and you just make it happen.
You have to make those steps when it's kind of an urgent thing, especially for a dancer. Usually your career, you have to be fairly young, and you have to have a plan of what you're going to do when your body starts getting old and broken and can't move. So yeah, I have motivated some of my friends and students to just go for it, but sometimes people have multiple passions. Most of my dancers with Scorpius have full-time careers or they're full-time students, and they want to still dance and they want that to be in their lives, but it can't be 100% in their lives. So I offer that availability because I have a full-time career too, but I want to have dance in my life too. Because it's really hard to have your own company and make the kind of income you have to make to survive. So we figured out it's a balance act. The moment from when you're in the wings, waiting to go on, to when you're living on stage, to when you realize you did the best you possibly could, and leaving the stage and having the rush, the adrenaline that just goes through your body, the best part.
It's more about affecting my audience. As a dancer, I need to look out into an audience and know that what my movement is affecting them.
Very, very inspired by music. When I hear a song that I like, I start picturing things in my head, and I'll go in my room and turn my lights out and start moving around. I get very inspired by films, and not even like the movie, but it could be a scene, the way a certain actor looked at another actor and what was going on behind. I get visual ideas, so that's always been in my head ever since I was a child, because I have a passion to entertain people. It makes me happy to see people enjoying a show I produced and worked hard on. It makes me happy seeing dancers that have stayed with me for years that get something out of what I can offer. So
This is what I love doing now, and I don't do a lot of what ifs and, well, 10 years down the line. I just kind of, go with the flow and get ideas of the next thing I want to do, and then just kind of pursue them that way, because you never know. I did not know that I was going to injure my back and that my life was going to take that dramatic turn. I didn't know I was going to end up back in dance and running a department and all the things that I'm doing now. So I just kind of let it go and see what happens. And as long as I'm passionate about what I'm doing at that moment, that's what counts.
My goal is to make a feature film based on one of my main shows, which is A Vampire Tale. I really want to make movies, but I know it's a big thing, but I'm going to have to figure out my path and how I want to do that. So that's where I'm at this point.
I believe that we get this one shot, and better make it a crazy fun ride, because otherwise you'll regret it.